10,508 steps at 10 p.m. Hello guys! So, Kring here. Today is Wednesday, May 25, 2022. So, this is just a hopefully quick catch up on what I did for the last few days, I think, or maybe last few weeks. My mind has been very scattered lately, and it's just awesome how I'm feeling a little bit productive than how I've been for the passing months. I think it's for the rest of May. I have been really busy, and I don't know if my subconscious did that because May is Mother's Month, but yeah, I'm just so happy that in about 6 days May will end and it's gonna be June, and I can't wait to tell you how happy I have been and how fulfilled and productive the days were. So as a recap, this is just only the things that I've remembered so far since the last day of April, which is April 30. So I think I'm sorry if I will not be able to mention everything, but these are just the highlights that is still with me. I'm not listing this up. This is just a mental exercise where I try to recall the things that I did for the passing days, starting on the last day of April. So on the last day of April, we spent it on a visit to one of our friends' home. So we went to Lapu-Lapu, and we took the Sisilex, the Cordoba, Cebu. I forgot the meaning of Link Express. I think that's Sisilex. So we took that, and it was just so awesome that we scheduled or you meet up during the opening of the Sisilex, and we went there around 5-ish p.m. and it was actually the first try that we did. We did a blooper, and I actually recorded a live with that on my Instagram. So the Instagram is the wonderful life ph. So there was a live there, and then so that's how we ended our April, visiting a friend. And then the next, I think May was a weekend. So what did I do with May 1? Actually forget, but I think I'm just at home, but I am not really sure if I was at home during that time. But yeah, it's Labor's Day, and I can't remember what I did on that day. But yeah, and then of course most of my weekdays, May 2 until 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, May 2 until May 6. So we spent it with work, but thankfully God is just awesome. So my work right now wraps up at around 4 p.m. and on the earlier days I would always do an extra work, like because I sometimes I can be a bit workaholic and all that. So I always try to extend an hour with work, and I think on the last few months ago, I always thought that it's too early to wrap up at 4 p.m. But I have started a new hobby this month where I really try to clock out on time and really try to just focus my work within the bounds of the working hours, so that I'm able to do things that outside of work. So thankfully I'm able to do that. And on May 6th, that is a Friday, so that's also on Yara's 43rd, I think, 43rd. Yeah, I'm sure that was Unyara's 43rd Mansari. So we went out. Yay! So we went out. We took Unyara out and into a what do you call this? A play area. So that's just starting on her. I think starting February. I think March. We started to, instead of giving Onyema cake, we tried to bring her out on her special mansari, because right now the COVID situation is not that what do you call this? Not that worry. What do you call this? It's nothing to worry about. So we wanted Anyara to enjoy the outer. So we're trying our best to take her out every 6th of the month. So we just did that last May 6th, and then so that weekend 7 and 8, so that's the Mother's Day weekend. So even before I have became a mom, I would always celebrate Mother's Day. So when I was young, I can't remember the time that I did celebrate Mother's Day, but when I was at work, and then I would I would always take the time to celebrate Mother's Day, to give mama something, and to just appreciate her for what she did to us and my brother, about raising us and all. Even before sorry, even before she even before she had her bipolar, we usually just celebrate Mother's Day. So when mama was not sick, like she doesn't have that, her bipolar, she's very I could remember that she would always, she's not very comfortable celebrating Mother's Day, but still on her birthday and on that Mother's Day, we'd always, like, at least for me, I would always bring her cake, and I would always celebrate it with her as a Thanksgiving. So the same thing, I went to Safe Haven recovery village to visit my mom. She has been there since March, and it's been 2 months plus, and we're looking forward to have some breakthrough this coming June 20. So that would be her 3rd month there, and hopefully she can go home. But just to celebrate Mother's Day, I went with her and celebrated with her. So since she cannot have a chocolate cake or anything like that, we brought her balloons. But I think, at least for me, I would always part of the celebration would always be a cake. So I was so happy that Goldilocks has a strawberry cake, so that's what I brought her. So and then of course I did it on a Saturday, and then on the Sunday, so of course my husband also has a mom here in the Philippines. So we took my mother-in-law, or my husband's mother, out on at dinner. So it was supposed to be just we wanted to just order at home and just do Mother's Day there, but at the last minute we changed our mind, and actually we were regretting, we were a bit regretful why we did that, because when we went to SM, like, oh my god, it feels as though everybody was out, which we were really having a hard time finding what to eat and all everything. I was like, oh my god, Lord, I was just actually praying, Lord, just let us have something to eat. I won't care if whatever it is, as just as long as we could eat. And yeah, thankfully the it was so awesome how we get our food. But yeah, I think that's for another day. Sorry, I think I'm the bed that I'm in now. Um this is our double deck, and I think there's so much dust. That's why I kept on coughing. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna continue. So that's our Mother's Day celebration. And of course, the ninth is a holiday because it's ninth is a holiday because of the election. So I don't have work, and I usually if ever since I started voting, I would always go home to vote. But this election, it feels like there's something missing because my mom is in um the rehab, right? So she wasn't there with me. And I think for me, the reason why I didn't um transfer my voting location because of her, because at least for me, she would always be the reason why I would go back at my hometown and all, and would always try to um vote there. And I think maybe when once we have our permanent, or once we have our home in Mindanilla, I would really transfer, but that would be 3 years from now. So maybe by the next presidential election, I would already be in Mindanilla voting. So yeah, let's just, you know, take it from there. And I think so that's 9, and then of course 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13, of course, we that's work. And then 13, then 14 and 15, where was I? Okay, so 14 and 15, I think 14 and 15, I'm just at home. So the husband went on a board gaming trip with our board gaming friends. So I really decided not to went with this trip like maybe a month, or when the husband raised this, because of Unyara's PDA. So I don't really want to, expose her with so much. And I think, at least for me, I want to, just be still, and not, like, at least I wanted to do something. I want to feel like, although I'm not really worried about Unyara's PDA, but at some point I want to send some signals with my brain that catering, although you know that God's got to you, but at least there should always be like some adjustments on your part. So I think for me, I would always like not going with the board gaming weekend was part of it. So and I'm thankful that the husband had fun, and he was there for 2 nights. So that's why on Monday I'm still at home. Like, it is awesome how I'm working. It's just me who's in the house, and I'm able to work. And then Onyara was able to do her thing as well, because for that weekend I also sent our helper on a vacation to my mother-in-law's house. So yeah, at some point for this whole of May, and maybe sometime in April, right? There was this in April, just a recap. So I had a 1 week vacation of work, and I also sent our helper to their hometown. And I have I have really been contemplating of just um trimming our expenses, and adjusting what I've been really doing. So if you can remember, I opened this podcast with saying 10,500 steps at 10 p.m., because usually the usual activity at home would just I will be very lucky if I ended the day with 500 steps. It's just I don't know why, but I'm really, when I'm just at home, my steps is really limited. Like, I don't do much, and that's why it came to a point where I decided that maybe, because Unyara is also big now, and she's not really that much of a handful now. Like, she can do her thing, like when I'm doing my thing. Today it's just us in the house. So it's been 15 minutes that I'm talking, right? And she's just on her own, playing, and either playing or watching with herself, with my cell phone or her iPad. So I could really do my thing. So I came to a point where I asked the husband to, if we can just to also adjust our budget with this unplanned expense for Unyara's PDA closure. So we actually need the money. So I asked him if we could trim down and just let go of our yaya. And then because at the end of the day, our schedule is really good. Like, I start working around 6 a.m. until 4 p.m. and then the husband will start working 2 p.m. to 12 p.m. So if you can see, so there's just a 2 hour of overlap where we're both working. And Unyara is really very absorbent, and you can always give her instructions. So for me, at least, I don't mind like not having that 2 to 4 window as Unyara's Unyara's time only to herself, because at the end of the day, we're living in the condo, and everything is just within reach. So I did really ask the husband to just adjust our lifestyle based on it. It took a while for him to agree, because at some point he's very comfortable. Like, at least for me, I'm very comfortable with our setup, right? But at the end of the day, I think at some point Unyara has picked up my habits of always asking our helper to do this and that. So she would always she's a master of delegating things, which didn't really work well with me. And also, it connects to what we are doing today, right? I'm always concerned with how Unyara is too comfortable growing up. Yes, love? Yes.
This one.
What's that?
I want to play this one.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna play that. Yes.
Wanna buy it?
If you have money, we can buy. You like it, yeah. If you have money, you'll have to wash the dishes, okay? So that you can have money. Okay. What are you doing? Why are you here? You want pee? Okay. Mommy is doing podcast. So can you can I turn the volume low? Is it okay? Okay. Thank you so much. Is this like that? Is it good? I thought you're okay with it.
It's so slow.
It's
so fast.
You want so fast? How about this? This one? Okay. Okay, so where was I, guys? Okay. So I'm just to continue, right? All these changes that we're doing is really about raising Unyara to be the awesome person that God wants her to be, right? And I think at some point, because um, God has blessed us with comforts and all that convenience that we are experiencing. I fear that Onyara might be too, it's not really spoiled, but maybe too comfortable, that she won't be able to develop the resiliency, right? The adversity quotient that, I think, at least for me, I felt like I'm a carbon that has been made into diamond because of the fire that I have been into, right, growing up. And Unyara is, thankfully, she's been so comfortable. So at least for me, I'm really being intentional with giving her the right comforts, like even with the toys that she have, even with the activity that she could do, and even with money. Like I would always put a certain amount of intention and in just checking whether everything is in the right balance. So yeah, at least when the husband is here, he would always, like, when it comes to transportation, like my husband would always bring us anywhere. But when it's just us, I would always take her to take the jeepney with me. So this connects with today's activity, right? Yesterday, it started yesterday. It has been a while since I was, what do you call this? I have been wanting to enroll her into a play group, and because of this pandemic situation, there hasn't been any that has face-to-face classes. So I didn't really want her to enroll in a virtual class because she's because I feel that it doesn't have that that what do you call it doesn't have that purpose. Like, it doesn't serve its purpose of just focusing on the social skills of the child. So I want Unyara to develop that. So I really wanted a face-to-face class, but because of the pandemic, there hasn't been any. And thankfully, I think I've seen a post from one of my friends last, I think, Wednesday. So I think she posted that she's preparing the bag of her kid. I was like, oh my god, is there any face-to-face class now? And also, I want to thank also one of my friends who I met and connected last Friday. She was mentioning to me about the face-to-face classes that she has enrolled her kid. So I was really so inspired about that. So I really took the time last Wednesday to search once again for face-to-face play group. So thankfully, I was able to, I called Cebu Play Group, and they were so. Oh wait, no, I actually called Cebu Play Group on the morning of Thursday, and when I did that, they shared with me that there has been, I could go into a trial class in the afternoon, and it was so awesome. Like, I like their schedule because it just coincides with my time. So my time out of work, and I at least for me, I thought that for kids the classes would always be on the morning. But when the afternoon classes was mentioned, I went, oh my gosh, this is just too good, right? Like, after I work, I could take Unyara to her classes, and then we could bond after that. So it was just so awesome. We did a trial class yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like this. I like the type of activity that they're doing. It seemed to me like it's just Unyara was just playing, and there are other kids where she could interact, and the teacher is really kind. Like, And also, I what I really love about Cebu Playgroup is that um, the parents could stay inside the room and or outside if the kid wants to. So they're really considering the feels of the child. And I like also that during their session, the teacher Claire would treat each children the same, and they're not really, I don't see her forcing learning to the kid, like, and I like it. So and it seems fun for Unyara as well. So um with the husband's blessing, and I asked him if I could enroll on Niara. So because the TTHS no longer has an opening, so we were transferred, or we were set to come back today, because that's the MWF class. So today we met her, Onyara's classmates. So that I'm now part of the MWF face-to-face group. So the afternoon session is just around 8. So I think I'm the ninth. So I think we still are still missing 3. I think because they hold 12 children per class, but at least last Tuesday there were only 4 in the class, and then today I think the MWS group was nice, because today there were 7 of them. So Unyara was the 8th, and only 1 was absent. So we were able to really I like, at least for me, I'm able to be familiarized with the kids. And I was just sharing that Unyara was really lucky, because today there has been there was a celebration, a birthday celebration of one of the students. So they were given free snacks. I was so happy, free snacks. And then they have cupcakes and all, and I really like it. Like I think for today as well, I think there has been a difference with how I'm handling today's session with Unyara, because yesterday we were from home, so I went together with her into the class, so we were a bit early. But today because most of the Mondays there was no work, right? So I took the time to work from the office today. So instead of me bringing Unyara to the play group, I asked the husband to drop her off while I waited for her on the play group. So she was actually very late. She has a bit of she was a bit mad and had some tantrums because she was sleeping. And then I told the husband to at 3 p.m. to wake her up and bring her to the play group. So she's very mad. And when she actually arrived, it's already 4 p.m. and I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be very late. But yeah, the class just started as well, and she was able to catch up. But she's very grumpy at first, like because this Unyara as a kid, she's really very observant at first. She's unlike me. Like, if you know me, I'm very open even to in a new environment. I like, at least for me, I think I'm a nervous talker. Like, the more I'm nervous, the more I talk. So but Unyara is not like that. She's a bit of she has her daddy's traits. Like, when it's her first time, or when the environment is new, she would observe at first. So that's what she's been doing. And then I was on the back. I was like, oh my god, do I go to her? I was really feeling uncomfortable because her face was real gloomy. Like, I think she's about to cry. But then after a while I noticed her loosening up and enjoying it. So yeah, and I think at least for me, I could really do it every day. Like even if it's just 1.5 hour, I really find that it's worth my money, and I could do it every day if it's only like it's not really that if it's even possible to do it every day, because I think at least for Unyara, she really loves the interaction. Like she loves a little bit of learning and a little bit of fun, and especially today after the class we actually stayed until they're closing they're closing the classroom. So she like we stayed with one other kid and the guardian, because the kid would also like prior to Onyara, the kid would just also stay until the classroom closed. So today we that kid just found his pair. So they Onyara and him actually played. So I think I love that setup. So I think on Friday as well I'm gonna do that. And after that, imagine so we were in Ayala. I initially thought that we'd just take because I saw a free bus ride to Panagdait. That's what we did last Thursday. But then today the bus ride to Panagdait was really I think it's full, because our driver didn't saw me when I was waving my hand, so I missed that. And after some time of thinking what to do, it's either, but I was really tempted to yet take the taxi, right? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna take a taxi, because I really wanted Unyara to experience, like at least for this activity that we have, like we would only take the taxi if we really need to be early, and if we're really catching for time. But at least if we go home, I want her to take the jeepney, because at this going back to the comforts that we can provide for her, at least I want her to experience jeepneys, to experience other transportation aside from our car and taxi. And it would also help me, and it would also help us if she really knows the value of money. So today it's a bit of a walk from Gorordo to Ayala, but we did that. And at least for the first, what you call it, from Gorordo until we reached the grassy part of Ayala, I was carrying her, and then during at the grassy part, she was actually having fun there. Like she's running around that field, like that field at the back of Solinea. So she's really having fun with that. So after that, we went to Metro and bought her other requirements from the class. So, and I was like, Unyara and I would always have this fun when we're together, and she's really goofy as a child. Like she would just run off. Like, today I was in a panic because I couldn't saw her with all the what do you call it, the tiles of school supplies. I was calling her Unyara. I was like, already, where is she, Lord, please. I was like already saying my prayers, like, oh, Lord, please, just and I'm always calling Unyara, where are you, I was like calling her out. And then after a while I saw her. I was like, oh my gosh, please, baby, just stay by my side, because I don't know what I will do if she's, she would go missing and all that. But at least at least for me, I know I couldn't really do that with her, because she's really a free reign. Now, if there's a free range child, she is this free range child. Like she's very empowered, and she would I will do this, mommy, I will do that, mommy. And it was like, she's not, this bravery, like, oh my god, could put some stress. But at least for me, I would always, I am very proud of what she has become, and thank you, Lord, for giving Unyara her character. I know we're only a bit of, you know, whatever she is, whoever she is right now, it's her own. So I don't really want to, I want to, focus on attributing it to her, because at the end of the day, we're just guiding. Like, at least for me, I always follow Unyara. Like, I'd always ask her what she prefers and what she would like to do and all. So everything that she is right now is actually just her, and we're just her guiding post, and we're just so thankful. So yeah, and when we went home, it's already around maybe 7-ish. I was like, oh my god, should I take the taxi? Because for sure there would be so many people going home. And when we actually reached the terminal, the the long lines to Labangon and to Mandawi was actually, oh my god, should I take the taxi? Should I take the taxi? But we were already lining. She was already asking me why we were lining and all. And I was already explaining to her that because we were waiting for the jeepney. So it was like, oh no, I'm just gonna do this and wait for the jeepney so that she would really, she would be able to remember, or I at least, experience some annoyingness in waiting for the jeepney. So when we are actually riding the jeepney, we rode like a regular jeepney to Tipolo Mandawi. I was like, when I was in there was so many people there, like but at least for me, when we are in the jeepney, because it's really hard to make to just occupy one seat, so I would always take 2 seats for Unyara and me. But today, she really wants to be cuddled because she's really sleepy. It was like, oh my god. Well, I was in the jeepney going to Tepolo. I was like, oh my god, Lord, how do I because we were pushed back into the far end of the jeepney due to the number of people. So it was like, oh my gosh, how can I be able to go down the jeepney with Unyara sleeping and all that? I was like, oh my god, I was really worried for, to be what do you call this, to be an inconvenience to other people. But I told Unyara, please don't sleep. We're just very it was just a quick ride to Tepolo, and I was just so amazed. She really tries her best not to sleep, but when we're, maybe 5 to 10 minutes away, she actually doze off. And when we're about to go down the jeepney, she's oh no, I'm so sleepy, and all. Like, some of the passengers were like, oh my god, the kid is so luoy and all. I was like, I feel a bit guilty upon hearing that comment, but I just went back to the real reason why we had to take a jeepney. We could always take taxis and all that, and I could always ask the husband to pick us up. But at the end of the day, Unyara needs to experience this, and for me also, I need to, experience the discomfort and the hassle, so that at the end of the day, I would always appreciate the level of comforts that we have. And at least for me, I would always thank God that now that discomfort that we are experiencing by riding the jeepney, it's actually a choice now. But before, it's a way of life. So thank you, Lord, for the choice of the discomfort, and I'm just so happy to be sharing that discomfort with my Unyara right now. And yeah, so 10,500 steps at 10 p.m. is because I've been walking around today, and also there's actually, there has been so many things that I still wanna share. We also celebrated the birthday of my friend today. Happy birthday, Gracia. And thank you so much for choosing to celebrate your birthday with us this lunch. And also, I'm also so happy that I'm able to sit at my assigned seat in the office. And yeah, I was actually thinking of going back to working from the office. Hey Google, fan on. Okay. Yeah. What do you want, babe? Do you want to turn off? But you're having so many sweats. Do you like it? What? What are you doing? Oh my god, this child. You want to didi? But you're so sweaty. That's why I turned the fan on. You want me to turn it off? Okay, I'm just wrapping it up now. And yes, love.
I'm so hungry.
You're so hungry. You wanna eat? You want sardinas and rice? Okay. So yeah. I think this is it, guys, and thank you so much for listening. I don't know if I make sense, but at least for me, I'm gonna listen back to this and realize that I'm having sardinas rice. Okay, my little amo is saying sardinas rice. Sardinas rice. So her favorite is sardinas and noodles. Can you believe that? And yeah, so that's it, guys. It's 11 p.m. So thank you so much for listening. And yeah, this is it. Bye bye.